Show me the money.
Oh, I like money.
Right. Let's make some money.
Welcome EPS members. I was going to make a video on sourcing and I wanted to go over some of the buying decisions. There's a million videos out there for sourcing on going over sites, finding items, things like that. But most of them don't go over what the actual buying decisions are. So I thought maybe I would try to find some items and then we go over the items and see what we would like to buy, what we like to look for, things on making buying decisions. Now I'm going to do this in real time, so there's be certain spots in the video I'm going to speed it up just to get rid of the boring lag time on it. I will be just sourcing items off regular sites. I usually use my email as a general starting point. I have several different apps and extensions here, like OA X-Ray you see up here in the upper right. I use that one quite a bit. There's Price Blink and Invisible Hand and the rest of them. I'll be using those extensions as I source. I do have two screens, so you won't see some of it as I go back and forth, but that's going to make the video go a little faster, a little bit more smoothly. So we're going to start with just a basic site. We can start with like Toys R Us. On my email shows that Hot Wheels are 25% off. So we can just type in Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels, go for it!
This actually annoys me. I wish I could just click on shop all the time, not have to go through all this every time. It's just extra clicks, but it's always just a little bit time consuming.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure.
Alright, so we go up here, you click over it, X-Ray. Opens up a new site. This will fill in the information, and it takes a minute. That's one of the reasons I was going to speed up the video. Okay, once OA X-Ray is done with searching that one page, you can go over here. You can change this to sort it by ROI. You can sort it by rank, or you can sort it by net profit. Let's look at this one right at the front. We got a $35 profit, a 230% ROI, ranked under 10,000. Looks like a good spot to start. Walmart's got it for $17.88, $15.49 at Target, $19.18. So it looks like actually the cheapest place is Target to find this. Let's see if Target has it. No longer available. Okay, let's try Walmart. Out of stock. But on something like this, you could always punch in here, get your in-stock alerts, look at it later. When you get your email for the in-stock alert, you can recheck the item and see if at that point you want to pick it up. So maybe it's still selling at the same price. Check Toys R Us. Alright. Toys R Us does have this in stock. And we can pull up the Amazon listing at the same time. Again, normally I have two screens going, but I can condense it down to one screen for the video. Alright, one of the first things we look at here is the Keep-A-Graph. On the Keep-A-Graph shows that Amazon was in stock for quite a while on this, before all the way through Christmas. They capped the item under 20 bucks, it looks like. The recent spike is basically just this last couple weeks in spike up there. You'll also see down here that the number of offers has gone down too. As we went up through Christmas, you could see all of these people were jumping onto the listing. As they sold out before Christmas, the listings dropped, and not that many people have been jumping back on this. You can scroll down, you can see it's still ranked 10,000 in toys. There are 10 offers. As far as the pricing, if you go into here, check what offers there actually are. Now, if you're sending this into Amazon, you're only really competing against the Prime members, so you're looking at $64.95. Some of these other ones down here as low as $35. This person has no name. It's interesting. 6,652 ratings, but no name. Something you'll also notice too after you do this for a while, you'll notice there's sellers on here like Drop Air or the New Mall. These people are never fulfilled by Amazon. They always ship their own stuff. At least I've never seen them on a listing as far as FBA is concerned. So with the FBA right now, you would be competing against the $64.95 person. So there is plenty of room to come down on this. And I'm sure they would too, as soon as more people jump on the listing or more people become available. Another interesting app that you have here is the calculator widget. You can punch this, it'll pop up a new screen, brings up my item. Now, since nobody has the buy box, or since it's a suppressed buy box on the listing, it won't actually bring up our price on here. But so we have to manually input $64.95. I'm going to use the new fulfillment cost on it because honestly, within a month, it's going to be that way anyway, and it's only a few cents difference. Let's go to calculate. Now, let me shrink the screen just a little bit. There you go. Try to get more on the screen there. So for right now, after fees and everything, if we send it in for $64.95, we're looking at $50.28. This item is 2 pounds. It's 15 inches across, 15 by 12. You can knock off, let's say, you knock off $1.28 for the inbound shipping just for round figures to make it $49 even. And you're going to buy it for $25. That would leave you a $24 profit after all the fees and everything for buying it from Toys R Us. Now on this one, I would probably personally pass on this one just because there is not a lot of history of a high selling price. At $64.95, I don't think this thing's going to move a whole lot. If I go all the way to the end, this shows that a seller had it at $25.23. That was probably a manual fill seller, probably not an FBA seller, obviously, whatever selling it that cheap. But it was actually today when it registered that. Probably sold out on theirs. But as far as a high selling price, I would like to see like $45, $50 even. I would probably say yes. But when I don't see a history of it selling that high as far as $64.95, I'm kind of leery about listings like this, because as the price goes up, your sales drop down. So without seeing a solid history of a higher price selling it, and when I can go up here and I can see that these people can buy it from Jet for $28, Oshkosh for $29, Belka's $24.99. So this is a common item. Not a lot of places are out of stock on it. Walmart had it for a while. Looks like Target had it for a while. Everybody's basically had this item at some point. So I wouldn't take this one on. If I had seen that the item was discontinued and maybe a steady price increase was coming, as far as this little spike right here was actually like over the last month and a half or so, I seen a steady increase of like $10 or $15, something like that. That would show that since the item is being discontinued, it's getting harder to find, so the price is going up. That would be another consideration, because then you could also buy it, or other sellers hop on the listing. Then you can always just wait them out, because eventually they're going to run out because it's been discontinued. So that item we're going to pass on. Let's look at another item here. Here's another item with over 100% ROI, 31,000 ranks, $13 profit. Looks like the cheapest place to have it is Kmart, so we'll check that. Okay, store pickup's not available, but I can add it to cart, so it is available for sale for $11.84. So we can go back here. Looks like the same item. Cabbie transporter. Yep, it looks like it's definitely a match for as far as the item goes. Okay, this item is selling for almost $39 on Amazon. It's in the top 1% of the category. The rank looks like it dropped a little bit to 29,000, a little under 30,000, which probably just means it's a sale since the last time that OA X-Ray had updated. As far as the category ranking, these ranks update every once an hour for the top 1% of the category. I'm sorry, it's the top 10% of the category. Beyond that, they update daily. Okay, on this one, we go down to the Keepa graph, we can see that Amazon has not been on this listing. So that's always a good sign. That gives us a better chance of just competing with other people, since obviously most of us can't compete with Amazon. We don't have that kind of a buying power. I can see up here for compare prices. Other prices around $50, $60, you know, 20, 28 on eBay. So that could be used even. Even Sears is running $25 sale on it, which makes sense because, you know, Sears and Kmart run the same sales. Okay. Over here, we can see this blue line here for the marketplace new. This shows the steady line I was talking about. From last October, we go all the way through into December, January. I think this got up to $45. It did drop down some, but if you look here, as the number of sellers down at the bottom decreased, the price goes up. Right about here, the number of sellers jumping on the listing has gone up, and the price comes down a little bit. Go down, scroll down. You can always see too. This item is 1.6 pounds. It's 15 by 15 inches, so they are rather large. The large items and the heavier items, that it used to bother me when I was a new seller. Once you get a little bit of experience with it, you can look at this and say, no problem, I could order, you know, if I get the Home Depot boxes, which are 18 by 18 by 16, I can stack those across. That gives us what, 4 across, 5 across? We could put 5 in a box and send it off, just send it off as a case packed unit. So as we're looking at this, on this item right here, I would definitely buy it. It's $11.84. It's selling for almost $39, and that's after the price decrease that we see here in January. But even if it comes up here, if we go back to middle of November, it's still at $35. So this item actually has a good history of a higher price on it. Under 12 bucks is really cheap. So we can go up here. Let's see, $38.76. $38.76 for the Disney Fisher Price. $25.57 would be my payout on Amazon after fees. Oops, let's go here and do the new fulfillment costs. $25.06. Sorry, I dropped just a touch. Minus $12, so we got a $13 profit. So it's a little over 100% there. But if you consider this one, let's say it's a $2 per item for inbound shipping, because it is a little bit bigger. But even at $2, which is probably not going to happen, being as far as costing that much. But just to guess on the high side, you would still be doubling your money. 12 to basically 23. So $11 profit on a $12 item. You can go up here, look at your coupons to get even more off. If you can get 10% off of a $75 order, then you order enough of them to give you, just to get your maximum discount. So let's say we're going to get 10% off of it again. Okay. We can also go up here, check top cash back, just as one of the sites. Look at Kmart. And we see we got up to 6%. Looks like on Kmart, on this one, we'll probably end up just getting 2% because that looks like the lowest one. Unless it'll qualify as an other online purchase, and we get 4%. So, but even if you just get 2%, that's fine. You're still getting a 12% discount between coupon or the promo code up here plus there. So we can always punch up a calculator. 84 minus 12% basically is 1042. $23 profit roughly, so we're back to up over 100% again. Because again, if we go up here and we take the fulfillment costs, take off $2 for inbound shipping because it is a larger item, we say it's a $23 payout. It means we made a $12.54 profit. So this one is definitely a buy. On this one, I'm actually going to move it over so I can tag it. I may jump on that listing myself. Okay, let's go find something else now.
Wow. I should go change, okay?
Okay, here's another item. This one shows a $30 profit. It's a 22,000 rank. Basically almost 78% ROI on it. We can look across here, see it's selling for $93 online. If we can buy this for $39 on Jet. So let's open up both of these. I lied, Jet's $49. But anyway, let's look at this one anyway too, because like I said, at $49, that's still the cheapest price there. Let's see what Walmart is, because it just says unknown. Walmart's $59. So again, here's an item. We can get it for $49 from Jet. Of course, I've never ordered from Jet, so I can get a 15% off there too. That would drop it down to $42.50. Jet's always a good option for later on. Okay, we go down here to keep a graph. We can see that this has pretty steady price all the way across. Of course, it's Star Wars, so you have to be approved for Star Wars, I believe. Okay, so I jumped over real quick to Amazon on my Seller Central account and checked, and this one doesn't look like it's a restricted item for Star Wars. So this one is open to whoever. We're looking at a 25,000 rank, still top 1% of the category. Like I said, our keep a graph look good. Our sellers have dropped significantly on this item, which is always a good thing. So let's see over here. Of course, again, we're only going to compete against other Prime shippers, so we can just click Prime to skip to them. And the cheapest they're going, looks like there's a few people, in the low 90s, but other than that, it's $99 and up on these. Something else to remember too is with Star Wars is highly collectible. It really doesn't lose value over time. So if the price did decide to drop for some reason on this temporarily on it, and you did have to sit on it and wait for a little while, well, waiting for 6 months or 8 months or even a year on something like this, while you don't want to, it's not something that the price isn't going to recover because it's Star Wars. Star Wars has been collectible for the last 40 years. So basically we're looking at 15% off my first order. We're $42.50. $94 is the lowest FBA seller on this. So if we go up here and do our calculations, again, it's a suppressed buy box, so we have to actually punch in the price on it. So let's just say it's 94. So we're looking at $69.86 for my payout from Amazon. That's basically a $27 profit. On this, we can scroll down and we can see, again, it's 2 pounds, 16 by 14 by 50 by 5 inches. So even if you calculated a $2 inbound shipping fee, which, like I said, again, is really high, but let's just say you did it, and that's a really high inbound shipping fee, but for round numbers, sometimes I like to guess high, because I'd rather guess high than guess low. So we're still looking at a $25 profit on this. So if you use Jet as a supplier, this would probably be a decent purchase. It's not something that I really get into. I haven't bought any of the Star Wars merchandise. I just, for a personal decision on my behalf, I would pass on it just because I'm not really into selling the Star Wars. But this is a decent purchase. You know, it'll be a $42.50 investment. You'll make a $25 profit. It's about 67-68% off the top of my head for an ROI. With the being in the top 1% and under 25,000 rank, I assume these move fairly quickly still. Alright, so let's go on. Let's find another item.
Top of the world. This is the end. My only friend, the end of our elaborate plans.
Alright, here's another item we're going to look at here. Hex Bugs Aquabots. Honestly, I've never seen these before, so I'm not exactly sure what they are. Little motorized fish. Okay. Kind of cool. I wonder if they're waterproof. You use them in the pool or what? We can see down here that they don't weigh anything. 0.3 ounces. For some reason, I seriously doubt this. It's 14, almost 15 inches. That's 15 by 10 by 2. So I really doubt that it weighs 1/3 of an ounce. Somebody have screwed up when they made their listing on that. But we can see down here, it's just outside the 1% range. 1.2%, 50,000 rank in toys. It's a very good rank. Go down here to Keepa. Keepa, we see even through the winter time here, this thing has had a very good rank on it. Prices have definitely gone up, as you see down here on this section, as the number of sellers have gone down. Okay, so we're looking at $20. Right now it's on sale at Toys R Us for 50% off. Looks like Amazon is the higher price on it. Okay, so we go over here. We'll check the price on it real quick. $46.76. New fulfillment. See, it's $36.64 payout. $20 off that. We're looking at $16.64 for a profit. The $1.64 is what your inbound shipping fee is going to cost. Again, I always estimate high, just because I'd rather estimate high than low. Let's say you made $15 on a $20 investment. 75% ROI on an item that is almost in the top 1%. Shows a fairly good history on it. I don't show where this is cheaper in a lot of places. So this looks like an item I would want to invest in. We're just over a 1% rank as far as the total in the category. 50,000 rank is fine. Steady price over the last few weeks at a higher price. Number of sellers is down. Right now there's 9. We open this up. We can see that there's only 3 FBA sellers on this listing. And the lowest on those is $46.76. When you go back here, you can see that the $46.76 has the buy box, even though there is some down at $42.50. So this is an item I would buy. It's a good rank. It's a good ROI. The $15 profit is great as far as per item handling. So this would be a one that I would buy. Now another way to go and source is not just having to go to the websites themselves. You can go down here and look through what's called rabbit trails. Customers who bought this item also bought, and you can go through here and you can see these items. When you look over here, you see this Hexbugs Aquabot 3-pack. Well, the 4-pack obviously is a good price, something we would buy, or I would buy. So we can go down here and see a 3-pack. When there's no price listed right here, that means the buy box is suppressed. It's usually because there is a higher than MSRP asking price. So let's go down here and look through here. And we can see a 3-pack selling for $44.96. It's got 3 customer reviews for really bad though. See, Amazon has actually been on this listing. It was selling it for $30, then they ran out and the price went up. This one sold as high as $89.45 at one point. It's only had just a few people on it as far as sellers. Let's go down here. That's 3 ounces. Scroll back up here. Because the 3-pack is more money as far as compared to the 4-pack. The 4-pack looks like it's the hotter selling item. The rank is higher on these, and Amazon was on these before, so if Amazon does get these back in, I assume that they're going to come back in on this listing and not the 4-pack listing, since if we go back here, we can see on the 4-pack, this was a Toys R Us exclusive. So Amazon will be carrying that one. On this particular one for the 3-pack, I would pass on this one, just because the rank is higher. I don't want to mess with Amazon when they come back on the listing, if they come back on the listing. So this one right here would be a no-go for me, even if I found this cheap. Let's say I found it for $15, I would still pass on this one. Even though it's selling for $45 at the lowest price. So let's go find some other items. Let's go down here through the rabbit trails again, see if we come up with anything.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Okay, here's another item we can look at. On this item here, it's a Hexbug Kid glow-in-the-dark bug. The rank is under 1%. There's only 3 people selling it. It's a 31,000 rank. Everything looks great there. It's a fast-moving item in toys. If we go down here, we can see that this item itself sells for $7 when Amazon is in stock. When Amazon is not in stock, the price jumps up quite a bit. And there is very little competition on these. Most people probably don't want to compete with Amazon. It's a 2-ounce item. And again, 31,000 rank. Go up here, there's no reviews on it. So this would be another one that you could buy, send in, and if Amazon does come into stock, as you can see down here, they were in stock for, looks like about 6 days there. Don't really have a history back here as far as how long they were in stock there. So you can see that Amazon doesn't stay in stock very long when they do come in. If I Google search the Hexbug glow-in-the-dark bug, I can come up here. Glow-in-the-dark Hexbug Nano, random color. You can buy it right from the Hexbug site for $7. So right now you'd be looking at 7 into 21.73. And this is actually a good buy as far as the ROI goes on it. I avoid these listings myself because I hate the random color. When someone goes through and they're buying an item on Amazon and it says random color, they see the picture of the orange one and they don't get the orange one. They receive it, they get a blue one, a green one, or whatever color it is. Some people are fine with that, some people will return it, some people leave you bad feedback. You didn't send them the item they thought they were getting, you sent the incorrect item. I just don't like the random color listings when you're buying online. So while this is a good purchase, and you could even go through here, track the product on Keepa, get an alert, you can buy it from Amazon themselves when they do come back in stock. So this is a listing that a lot of people would jump on. Myself personally, I wouldn't go onto this listing, but it's just a personal choice because, like I said, I don't like the random color type of listing. So let's see what else we can find.
I tried.
Why do I get the feeling you're going to be there?
Don't say that, Master. You're the closest thing I have to a father.
Then why?
I am the father.
Okay, let's look at this one here. This is a Walmart item here. It's a Hot Wheels Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron Quinjet Moto Launcher. Basically selling for $13.50. If you look over here, still it's 3.5% top of the rank on it. For toys, it's $142,000. So that is a little bit slower mover. We can check the number of sellers. We can see down here at the lowest FBA sellers, $25. So we'd be looking at $13.50 to $25. If we go down here, we can also see on Keepa that Amazon themselves was on this listing. Looks like till about the 11th of December. Ran out before Christmas, and of course then the price started going up. And also before Christmas, you can see here the number of sellers dropped. Weighs 13 ounces, but it is rather large. It's 15 by 12. Looks like shipping dimensions or whatever would be 1.2 pounds. So on this one has several items on, or several factors on it that I wouldn't buy this item. Not just the fact that it's $13.50 to $25, and I can make $5 and make a 40 or 50% ROI or whatever it is after I get my top cash back or any promo codes or anything like that, or if I try to find it. The rank on it is a little bit higher than I want to go when it's not Christmas time. If this was in October, I would probably buy this. But in January, this is a little bit higher rank than I want to see, $142,000. The other thing is you can see here that Amazon was in stock for quite some time for it. So when Amazon does come back in stock on this item, they could be in stock for a long time on it. So on something like that, and the Amazon being in stock for long periods of time is a red flag also. If you go down here and look at the size, the ROI is not high enough to justify paying additional for the larger sizes. The rank is not low enough to justify also the bigger sizes. If you get a good rank and a good ROI on it, I would ship a 20-pound item that's 3 feet by 3 feet. That makes no difference to me. If the profit's there for it, I'll do it. But this item would be a no-go for me. Some people would disqualify it right away for rank and right off the bat just because it's $142,000. But at that rank, it actually sells quite a few of them. If I go over here to Camel. Sales rank, you can see this thing actually sells quite a few items, and you can see all the way through here, even through like August, September, October, even here in the middle of September, it looks like it dropped to 181,000. But you can also see this item sells quite often. Every one of these little sales spikes over this last 6-month period that it tracks, because it's only got a 6-month history on it. They move quite well. There's not a lot of sellers on it or anything else, so that's not the issue. The issue for me is that Amazon was on this listing for so long, and when they come back onto this listing, they could be in stock for, months. So that part of it is just a gamble, but I would pass on this one personally. So there's a few items there that I would buy and a few items I wouldn't buy. I hope I explained the thought process on what I was looking at while I was doing it. That way everybody can get an idea, a little bit more insight on what to look for when they're actually making their buying decision. The sourcing itself, everybody's got a different preference. I usually start with the emails to notify me of the sales. Of course, I get the lists and stuff like everybody else. We all have our different starting points. But from there, just more of just making a decision on what fits you. Okay, so that finishes up for tonight, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you.